How can you determine if you or a child is suffering from abandonment attachment patterns? Here are some classic symptoms. Clearly attachment or overbonding, separation anxiety or fear of being alone. And yes, this unfortunately also applies to our sweet pets. You may perceive symptoms such as PTSD, feeling hyper alert, or even just sensitivity to loud sounds and other noises. Quick and sudden motion and movements. These are indicators of sensitivity, including motion sensitivity. Feeling easily startled, needing to be surrounded by others or codependent, primarily in relationships, has difficulty being alone or on their own, otherwise spending time alone on maybe electronics or dependent on something, which could also be substances, shopping, and so forth. Therefore, turning to outside stimuli to anesthetize the painful fear of being alone, which is causing symptoms of escapism. And oftentimes there's escaping behaviors by turning to other outside sources, which are coping behaviors, developing different identities. These coping identities, also known as pseudo-identities, such as ADHD, or maybe even depression, putting on particular facades or pretenses that might indicate compensating for wanting to prove any kind of happiness or even being content, to overcome any of the fear of being alone, perhaps seeking validation and too much approval externally, sometimes even being over comedic as a coping mechanism or laughing stock. A child may feel punished from the initial event, feeling unloved or unimportant, maybe adoption or fostered, or even when they were left for a long period of time in their youth. Therefore, any circumstance can cause a child to reinforce a belief that she or he is punished, because trauma often causes us to operate from the negativity bias. So acknowledge the child, but not excessively. Let the child know she or he is important and that their needs are important, although not more important than anyone else's needs. We can achieve this also by acknowledging the child by connecting or even making eye contact with the child and commenting while we're even discussing or having a discussion with others, multitasking or otherwise preoccupied. So if every experience has a rose and a thorn, it's imperative to also pay notice to both in each experience. So we can ask specific questions to help self-regulate, such as, what did you like about this experience and what would you do differently? That way we're not ignoring the thorn and we're learning how to course correct. And in this way, we're again paying notice to both the rose and how to avoid the thorn the next time. So lessons are doomed to be repeated until learned, as we know. And this is the key for trauma sufferers. And in self-regulating, it's important to help, again, regulate the autonomic nervous system in asking, what do they love and enjoy doing on their own? Being creative, maybe have they discovered new talents or skills? And being able to build up their strengths and the positives of alone time to help minimize the fear of being alone. And also sometimes reassuring that they're not being punished when they are spending time alone. This helps to reduce the fear of abandonment, and over time, the mind can gain new reframes and heal the programming.